Alright, just started with the live stream. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it correct this way. Um, was having trouble last couple days, but now I feel like I got it. So get this thing on the ball. I gotta get better with OBS, but as far as that, pretty sure I got everything else. Go over a little review from yesterday. Um, Good day NBA yesterday, 3-0. So we'll look at that. Had the football notes out already today. Hope y'all took advantage of that. Starting off yesterday with some review. I want to put the NBA. Matter of fact, let me just move that and we can get it going. Okay. I still got that up there. Perfect. Celtics, Hornets. Um, I told y'all Celtics can get the 10th away win in Charlotte. Charlotte equals 39. Right out 10 it equals 39. The 10 plays well in Charlotte. Give me 1 second. Make sure I'm go to my Patreon and make sure. Okay, so just want to make sure everything is rolling. All right, yep. So Celtics got the job done. That was one of my picks. Next game, I believe it was 76ers and Pacers. I've told y'all about the 15-3. They improved to 15-3. The 135. I like those numbers. Plus it was a 23 day. Remember I told y'all about the 23s. This was an early game, so if you watched the early game, you observed that the 23 came in with the 76ers and the Celtics. Also, the Hornets getting a 23rd loss. So that's what happened. Um, I did see that the 76ers could have made the Pacers 14-4 and kept 12 losses. That didn't come through, but my pick was Pacers on that game. It was in the notes. So hope y'all took advantage of that. Next game, Clippers and Kings. It was an upset potential. Didn't get that. I told y'all to be careful though if you played the Clippers because I thought Kings had an upset narrative. That didn't come through. I did see the Clippers gave the Kings their 13th conference loss yesterday. So their 13 in LA played. Kings could have got their 13th win against LA and gave Clippers the 12th loss in Sacramento. Sacramento equals 37 and 12th prime. So I was feeling kind of an upset narrative with that. Wasn't right. Spurs, Warriors, next pick. And that wasn't picked, by the way. It was just a lean, whatever. So next pick, you had next game you had Spurs, Warriors. Spurs was my third pick of the night to close that 3-0 deal. I synced the 10-8 thing. We synced the 1-1-1 all-time regular season head-to-head on the 31st, 11th prime. We synced the 3-15 away. Same thing Indiana did. They just did it the reverse. They went 15-3, and then the Warriors went 3-15. So that happened. The upset that I said be careful if you was playing the Spurs, and I said out in the live stream, like I mentioned that I wish I would have played the Raptors instead of the Spurs in my notes, but it's turned out good. But I said that because if Spurs would have lost, they would have became 9-9 at home and stayed on 13 wins. And if you write out 13, you get 99. So that's what I thought was going to prevail there. But it didn't. But like I said, my pick was the Spurs. So that got that done. 3-0 in the NBA. Like I said, Raptors, Cavs. I seen the master numbers. I noticed Raptors came in 22-11. So I figured it could be an upset. Cavs could come win, get to 11-22. Both master numbers. That didn't happen. Raptors won. Um, so that was a potential maybe upset. Didn't happen. Raptors was a better call, and they go to 23 again. So like I said in the beginning, watch out for those 23s, and that's what did it. 23 all day. It was a 23 show. Spurs, Warriors didn't have a 23, and that was the only in Kings and Clippers. They had a 23. Clippers could have stayed on 23 wins. So that was the only thing that didn't do the 23 was the Clippers and Kings game. Every other 23 came on the board, and it was a 23 on every game except for 2. It was what, 7 games on, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on. So yep. Nuggets, Rockets. Like I told you, I don't bet Houston, but it looked good for Houston. 14 NBA TV comes through. Rockets picked up the 14th conference win and became 14-7. That football score like 7-21, 14-21. Anytime you see that, where it can do a 21-14, 7-21, anything football record, I start to lean that way, and then I start decoding and see what else do I see, but I'll already be leaning towards that way anyway. So that will happen. Nuggets actually stayed on 14 conference wins, so the 14 just the overlap in it, and then Nuggets put up 104 points. Numerology, that's 14. So there you go. Mavericks, Thunder. Mavericks didn't have anything. I thought they had something because I thought Thunder could become 6-10 at home if a loss, but that's away. The next away game for the Thunder, if they lose, they could become 6-10. So I had that read wrong. So every narrative was going for the Thunder. Thunder picked up the 83rd head-to-head regular season all-time win. 83 is the 23rd prime number, so that was another 23 on the board. Also, Thunder got the 18th win, and Mavericks equals 61, the 18th prime. So that was there. Hockey, not good. Not good in hockey. But like I said, it was a holiday yesterday, and they put a lot of games on hockey, so maybe it was an off, I said if Tampa Bay didn't come through yesterday, I was going to stop using the points, because I remember when Zach was saying that the points riddles was off. So I had Bruins, they lost, shootout.
Technology. It does great things for people, like putting CPAs at our fingertips.
Okay. Hopefully I stopped. Alright, so that was a loss. Bad call. Just ugly day. Had Capitals. I did see Islanders could pick up the 25th win, and they play the Devils next. Devils equals 26. So I had the narrative for the Islanders, but I still wrote the Capitals, one of the better teams in hockey. Plus, they could have picked up the 61 points, and the Islanders equals 61. So that didn't come through. Ducks, Golden Knights. I said they should split because Ducks play Arizona next. So I believe they'll get the 39 points in Arizona next time they play. I'll probably be leaning that way unless I see some Maple Leafs Wild. Only thing I seen was Wild could stay at the 20, could make the Maple Leafs stay at 21 wins, and that didn't happen. Maple Leafs did come in with 21 wins, but that wasn't a pick. This was a pick, only right pick of the night. Lightning and Sabres got this one right. I think that Lightning picked up the 46 points. Buffalo Sabres equals 46, and look at the score, 6-4. Buffalo lose 4-6. So the points riddles was right. Sometimes you can even be right on the point riddles, but sometimes it's just, your work is right, but it'd be another narrative or you just be on the wrong side of your own riddles. If I got 2 narratives for this team and 2 narratives for that team, and I like these 2 narratives, well, sometimes you can get wrong because it was the other 2 narratives, and it's like you're not really wrong because you had all 4 narratives was right. It's just a matter of what 2 narratives they was going to go with. So that's what I believe happened with the Avalanche game too. Also, I lost that one. Canadians, Hurricanes. Forgot what I said. I think it was a potential upset. Yeah, they could have got the 19th win on the last day of 2019. That didn't come through. Panthers, Blue Jackets. think if I said Panthers lost in overtime, I think somebody they would have 43 points. Wasn't a pick. This was an upset potential. I mentioned the Red Wings could stay on those 31 losses on the 31st, so that came through. Nice big upset. It wasn't a pick, but it was something that I mentioned. Jets Avalanche, like I said, I thought that Jets would get the 19th loss. Avalanche equals 67 to 19 prime. Wrong, wrong on that. Um, I did see they stayed at 15-3. That key number that I like. Towards the new year, end of a new year, start a new year, they kept that 15-3. That's the only thing I can really get out of that upset. And like I said, it would be a lot of upsets yesterday. That's why I warned you on this Blackhawks and Flames. I said it'd be a lot of upsets. Didn't really see anything here, but I did see a Flames losing overtime. They would have 46 points. Chicago equals 46, so that was already leaning towards a loss. That was a big upset. Rangers could have became 20-19 the end of 2019 year. They didn't do it. That's what I mentioned. Mentioned St. Louis and Coyotes. They was on an 8-game win streak. Streaks of 8 have been great, but the end of 2019, 19 is the 8th prime. So I was saying it would be a great day to end that 8-game winning streak, and that's exactly what happened. I leaned toward Kings on here. Wasn't a pick either. I should have. My picks was bad, but my reads and narratives was all good. I think that Flyers equals 31. They was playing on the 31st, and Kings they got their 11th win at home. So that was all there. And if you see Philadelphia improved to 13-5 at home, so I just really slept on that one. This was in the notes, but I pretty much slept on this one. This was definitely should have been a pick. Like, bad, just hadn't reads in hockey wasn't bad, but the picks was bad. But my reads was really right there. I should have definitely talked myself. Sometimes I might start adding picks, like, cause sometimes I see stuff during the decode, like I'm about to go over the games today, so I might start adding picks. But King should have definitely been a pick, and it only made sense for the 8-game losing streak to lose. 2019 about to end. 8-game losing streak ended. So that was like a you pick 'em, I remember. That was easy. But last 2 games was you pick 'em. Should have had right. Should have been picks too, actually. Could replace the high favorably Bruins that I picked and believe the Capitals. They was a little high favorite. Islanders had all the value just because they was plus money, and they could be, if they won their next 2, they'd get the 26 win over the Devils. So be aware, you want to jot that down. Islanders won, so they play Devils next. I'm pretty sure they probably beat the Devils. So you might want to pencil that in. Probably be a high favorite, but I'm pretty sure that that probably will come through. Let's see. So that's hockey. Hockey only 1 game today, so we can really go over that right quick. Now, got the notes real quick. Let's see. I don't think I had a pick either. Predators, if they win, they can stay on 14 regulation losses. They play LA next. LA is 14. And they play on January 4th, like 1-4. So could stay on those 14 losses in regulation. They would really have to lose in overtime or pretty much outright win the game. So that's why I didn't pick it. I would have picked it if it wasn't for that overtime, that record, because they can actually lose in overtime and stay at 14 regulation losses. So that's tricky. The Stars had a narrative. Predators, they can stay on 42 points. Today has 42 date numerology. So that'll be the narrative for Dallas to get the job done tonight, keeping the Predators on 42. Let me see something right quick. I doubt it, but I'm getting better and better at this gematria. So some telling me that Predators equals 42. I doubt it, but every time I doubt myself and I hit the calculator, I seem to be right more than wrong. So I'm going to check that real quick for us. Let's see. That equals 44, not 42. They picked up their 44 points. just see what the Predators play next right quick. I had it in my notes, but let me just jot down 1 second. They don't play back to back. A lot of games on tomorrow. A lot of work. Friday. Alright, let's see. Predators, they're gonna play the Kings next. I did just say that. Okay. Let's see. I think Kings have a 44 connection. No. So I thought Predators. Let me make sure Nashville. Predators does it equal 44, 42. It doesn't. Alright, 83 23rd prime. Alright, let's see. I just seen some too that I caught. It's not gonna be in my notes. But that's the good thing about the live stream, and I'm putting it out early. This game at 2 o'clock, so I gotta hurry up and get this live stream off. I just seen some real golden. Nashville Predators equals 83. 83 is the 23rd prime number. Stars can pick up the 23rd win at home. And they calling it the Winter Classic. I got that on my notes, the gematria of it, but I'm finna just make sure I ain't missing nothing. Make sure it's not 83 as well. It's 88. Okay, Winter Classic. They calling it one game on, but yep, Stars can pick up the 23rd win. Nashville Predators is 83 to 23rd prime. So actually, I might go back and put that in my notes. And Stars could potentially win in overtime. Because look, notice they can do the football score too, the 14-7 if they get the 1 point in overtime, and they still keep those 14 regulation losses. So I'm gonna go back in my notes and I'm gonna actually pick this if I got time, because I actually gotta be somewhere. So if not, you listening to this live stream, if you notice that the line for Dallas is minus 130, Dallas in 13 plays real good. So that could be an indicator. The line, I just looked at that, minus 130 for Dallas. Dallas Stars can pick up the 23rd win. Nashville Predators, 83, 23rd prime. Let's do NBA right quick. Make sure I'm still live while these scores loading up. It's not too many games on in the NBA, so we'll give it a shot right quick. Get something to drink. Okay, so we got Magic Wizards. Magic and Wizards, 14-19. All right, head to head, they 69 and 53. All right, Magic win, they have 15 wins. They play Heat next. Heat equals 16. So they could possibly win back-to-back games and upset the Heat next game. So we'll keep an eye on that. If they win this game, I will be probably leaning towards Magic next game, especially with the points or some seasoning points up, because 16 in the Heat plays real big. If Wizards lost, they would be 6 and 13 prime relationship, 13 to 6 prime. And today has 6 date numerology, so they could stay at the 6 wins and pick up the 13th loss, and 13th is the 6th prime number. So keep an eye on that. Probably lean Magic. Not a pick, but this is the 123rd all-time regular season meeting. Like I said, Magic leads 69-53, so this is the 123rd game. If Wizards lost, their record would be 10 and 23. So in numerology, you drop the 0, and if you drop the 0 in their record is 10 and 23. Remove the 0, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, and they playing in the 123rd all-time regular season game. So kind of lean Magic. Wizards have a narrative though. Magic lost, they would get 12th loss in conference, and Wizards is 37 to 12th prime. So that one narrative could take the board, And because 37 Wizards, that 37 with that 12th prime plays hard. Next game, Trailblazers and Knicks. This game's on NBA TV. I don't know why. Sorry, teams. They could have maybe put the Lakers on, maybe the Bucks on. I don't know. Maybe it might come on, but I got that this game is on NBA TV. Trailblazers, we just seen that they stayed on 14 wins. I wish I would have seen that they played back-to-back NBA TV games. I wouldn't have had Portland. I think that was the night before when I went 2-1 in the NBA, and that Portland game was the only game I lost. I didn't see that Portland played. I think they played the Knicks, but I didn't realize they played on NBA TV back-to-back. So I would have leaned. Definitely, that wouldn't have been a pick. If anything, I probably would have got away from that one, knowing that they can stay on 14, play on NBA TV back-to-back. So I don't know. They could stay on 14 NBA wins here on NBA TV. Knicks narrative, Portland. Knicks can stay on 12 home losses. Portland equals 37 to 12 prime. Portland have a narrative. They can go 7-11 away. Remember, I like the 11-7, 7-11 combos. I like that with mediocre teams. It just happens time and time. Portland play Wizards next. So they can pick up the 12th away win this game or next game. So they could win this game and walk in with 12 wins to play the Wizards. Like I was just stressing, the Wizards in 37 or 12 plays real heavy. 37 to 12 prime. So we got Knicks play the Suns next. So I was telling you about the Suns in 10. You write out Suns, it equals 10. Knicks play Suns next. If they win, they will have 10 wins to play Suns next. So it's like they could lose, beat the Suns, and pick up the 10 against the Suns, or they can win a day and lose and walk in with 10 wins against the Suns and stay at 10 wins. So I'm thinking after the Suns game, they be at 10 wins. So however you want to do it like that, I see a split. As you can see with Portland and Suns, that'll make Knicks stay on 10 wins after the Suns go away. Suns equals 10. Bucks, Timberwolves. I didn't do a head-to-head on this one. Timberwolves, they didn't have a narrative. I like Bucks. Bucks equals 11. They plan on 1-1 January 1st. Plus Bucks can get the 31st win. 31 is the 11th prime. So I favor that. I mean, Bucks get the 11th win on 1-1. Bucks equals 11. And just like the Bucks there, I think it's real simple. They get the 31st win on January 1st. That's a prime relation. Suns and LA Lakers. Lakers lead this series 143 to 107. First thing jumped out to me is Lakers can pick up that 144th all-time win and get the 12th home win. Now I know that it didn't happen yesterday, but I crossed the records. It was like Indiana could have became 14-4 and Philadelphia could have stayed on 12 losses. This is different. This is they can get the 144th and they can pick up the 12th. So the same team can do the 144 and the 12. Yesterday, even though I picked the Pacers yesterday, Pacers was my pick, but I still had the narrative, the 14-4. I won't do that again. I'll make sure the 14-4 and the 12 lines up with the same team, especially if the Lakers win tonight. And so I see that they could pick up that 144 and get the 12th home win. Lakers can, let's see. Lakers equals, well, that don't matter. Let's just say the Suns play the Knicks next. Like I just told y'all, Knicks equals 41 to 13th prime. So notice Suns came in with 13 wins. LA equals 13. They could pick up the 14th win. That's their narrative because LA equals 14. But I'm thinking they're going to stay parked. They're going to sit right there at that 13 because they play the Knicks next. Knicks equals 41 to 13th prime. So I'm thinking the Lakers get the job done right there. And that was it on the NBA, only 4 games. I think I gave out only 2 picks. I had the Blazers, and what I did, oh my gosh. And I did that. See, I didn't know what the spread was, and I looked at ESPN. I'm going to ride it, man. I always like to ride my initial thought. Whether it win or loss, it's only be like 1 loss, shake it off and go for another day. But I didn't realize that the spread was 18. That's a lot of that's a lot of points, but I'm still gonna ride the Bucks. And if you want to, well, you can't play it safe with the money line because there's no value in the money line. So like I said, play the Bucks to cover. I like the Bucks to win. I know that's a heavy favorite. I like Lakers to win. Maybe you can tease the Lakers down with that 7 point. They only have to win they will only have to win about 3.5 to 4 points. So as long as they win by 4 or 5, you should be good. If you tease the Lakers down, could tease the Bucks down with that and do it just like that. I had the Blazers, but I went back and erased this pick because in that NBA TV, I'm just not gonna go against that 14. That'll just be. I lean Magic, but I ain't want to make that a pick. NBA 5 and 1 last 2 days, so I'm trying to keep it up, and that's why I believe the Bucks probably will cover. So this could be a good value. I know most people might not even play this, to be honest. I do see a narrative for upset just off the jump. I didn't have a Timberwolves upset, but it didn't work yesterday. If Timberwolves win, they'll pick up that 13th win and go 9-9 away. You write out 13, you get 99. But that riddle did not come through yesterday, and it was on a heavy favorite, just like Golden State was heavily favored. So I don't see that. Didn't come through yesterday. It's there, so it's probably another just a way of being there, just in the way. Bucks will get the job done, but it's just a matter where they cover. I got Bucks to cover because I only gave y'all 2 picks. That's why I picked Bucks to cover. And Lakers and Suns, even if you took the Lakers money line, there's no value. But if you took the Lakers money line and Bucks to cover, that Bucks to cover the value. So that's the only reason why I did that. If y'all listening in the live stream, I'll recommend it to not really to play the Bucks to cover. I don't really play the spread, but you can do it. But I don't really play the spread. I would just say maybe take a shot at the hockey game. But some people like to stick with NBA, But the Dallas Stars kind of look good tonight in hockey. So to replace this Bucks, we can't even bet it tonight because the value's so high. Man, I didn't realize it was minus 18. I guess Karl Anthony Towns might be out tonight. But like I said, if you got nuts in this and you understand 18-point spread, they should get the job done. 18, does it correlate with anything? 31, get the 17 home win, so they could probably. I would recommend teasing this minus 18 down and teasing the Lakers down. So Lakers win by 3 or 4 points, and then Milwaukee should win by 12 or more. They should win by 13 or more. You tease Milwaukee down to 13 and Lakers down to 3 or 4. I believe these would be 2 solid picks. That's the way I would go about it. So you don't have to do money line. I would just tease it down. Let's get to some college football because I know I put the notes out for that, and I believe I lean Baylor, but I don't like betting Georgia. They could win tonight, but that's the only game I didn't have a pick on. So I see Minnesota tied right now. I had Auburn to win this game, Alabama to win this game, and Oregon to win this game. The notes are up. Guess I can go over it with y'all real quick. Gotta go. Matt Rule, the Minnesota coach, his overall record is 89-23. I'm sorry, y'all. His overall record is 89-47. With Baylor, he's 19-19. So the Baylor coach could become 20-19 to conclude the 2019 season. Kirby Smart, he's 43-12. He's 2-2 in bowl games. 43 is the 14th prime number. I didn't see anything with that. I like Baylor here. Baylor Bears equals 71, the 20th prime. The coach could get the 20th win, like I said, with Baylor, 20-19. Baylor Bears equals 71, the 20th prime. So the coach could get the 20th win and stay parked on 20 wins with Baylor. The only riddle that I seen with Georgia, if Georgia wins, Matt Rule will pick up the 43rd career loss against Bulldogs. Bulldogs equals 43. So probably want to be careful on that. Like I said, I don't bet Georgia, Atlanta teams. Only time I do is when I fade them, and this wouldn't be a good time to fade them. Notice yesterday we didn't go over college football, but I was on fire. I had Navy. I had Texas. If you just go back and listen to the live stream, I told you Navy, Texas, and I told you Arizona State. Now, Arizona State was up 9-0 at the half, and I already was liking them, but I told y'all if Florida State come back, take Arizona State because Florida State can go 6-7 to end 2019. 67 is the 19th prime. So what happened was Florida State went up 14-9. So I don't know if y'all caught that in time, in real time betting, but I stressed it, so it's not like I picked when they was 9-0 because I figured Florida State was going to make some noise anyway. So all that's in the live stream. If you just go back yesterday, you'll hear me clearly state that. So next game, you got the Rose Bowl. You got Oregon and Wisconsin. Oregon coach Mario Cristobal, he can 47-54 as a career. He's 20-7 with Oregon. Remember, I like that 21-7, 14-21. Those football scores and records I like. So off the jump, I see the Oregon coach can become 21-7. So I'm liking that. Let's see. Wisconsin Badgers equals 73, the 21st prime. So that's another reason why I like the Oregon coach to get the 21st win. He can do the 21-7, the football score with the record, and he can also get the 21st win against the Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin Badgers equals 73, the 21st prime. Okay, Paul Chris, however you say, I'm pretty sure it's Christ. Could even be Chris, I don't know. He's 71-34. Wisconsin is 52-15. First off, I see he can do a prime relation in his record with Wisconsin. I see him going 53-16, with the prime relation. So that means he'll have to be 1-1 his next two games. So if he loses this game, and wins his first game off next year, he'll be 53-16 prime number. But because what I see is Paul can stay on the 71 all-time career wins. And Wisconsin Badgers, like I said, equals 71. Good number to stay on. So, all season, stay on that 71 could be symbolic. So I lean Oregon right there. That's the Rose Bowl. I gave y'all the gematria. Everything is in the notes. So if you're listening now and you don't know what the gematria is, the Rose Bowl or the Citrus Bowl or the Outback Bowl, I got all that. Sugar Bowl, I got all the 4 ciphers. It's posted in the notes. So I lean Oregon there. We got the Auburn and Minnesota. PJ Fleck came in 52-37. His career with Minnesota is 22-15. The first thing that jumps out to me is the 52. What do we know about Minnesota in 52? So I noticed that Minnesota coach comes in with 52 wins. He could stay at those 52 wins for the basically all winter, all summer, and be symbolic. Minnesota in 52 and pick up that 53 sometime next year. So that's the immediate thing that jumped out to me. So I like that because Minnesota in 52 plays well. The fact that this the last game, something that I see now that I'm looking at the scores is Minnesota is the 18th seed. ESPN equals 18 and upset equals 18. Minnesota was an underdog, so they could be talking to you. I'll go through it with you again because I did pick Auburn. I could have had the wrong lean, but upset potential. Upset equals 18. ESPN equals 18. And Minnesota is the 18th ranked team coming in this game. So be aware. Be aware. Be aware. But I still like Auburn. I believe they got a pretty good program. So that's that. Alabama game. Nick Saban came in 247-65 and won all time. With Alabama, he's 156-23. Citrus Bowl. First thing jumped out to me is Citrus Bowl equals 65. So he could stay on these 65 losses in the Citrus Bowl. So I just gotta ride with that. Just gotta ride with that. It's right there in your face. I'm gonna lean Nick Saban. He'll get his 15th win. He will stay at those 10 losses. Yeah, I just gotta ride that 65. Him staying at 65. Jim Harbaugh, he's 76-38 with Michigan. He's 47-17. This game is not on ESPN. I was just about to say he could get his 18th loss with Michigan on ESPN. It's on ABC. So both teams, if Michigan do win, both teams will be 10-3. Big number, especially considering Alabama's the 13th ranked team coming in. 103 kind of like 13, 10-3 kind of like 13. So that's an upset narrative for Michigan. Now that I'm looking at it, still lean Bama. Bama down right now, 10-7. They was the favorite, so maybe the line has adjusted. If you're watching right now, maybe you can, or if you catch it sometime in real time, maybe you can take advantage of Alabama. I still lean Alabama. Still will lean Alabama to go 11-2. And like I said, Nick Saban can stay on these 65 career losses. Citrus Bowl equals 65. That's what I see. Only upset potential will be the 10-3. Alabama's the 13th seed. I can see real. I don't think Alabama knows that, so I'm not gonna do that. Yep. So that's that. 14th seed. I don't see anything. Did to Oregon, Georgia, Baylor. Gave that to y'all. Lean Baylor, but I don't bet Georgia games, so 59 degrees. Georgia 59, 17 prime. Baylor's the 7th seed, 17, 7 prime. Could be trying to correlate something. I don't know if people know how to read between that. Sometimes I do, but it's not an indicator because this game is not in Georgia. But Georgia is playing. Oh, yeah, they are the Georgia Bulldogs. Okay, so, yeah, this 59 could be huge. 59 is the 17th prime. 17 is the 7th prime. Baylor is the 7th seed. So, I still have to lean Baylor in an upset. Sugar Bowl. I got all the gematria in the notes. Like I said, I got 3 picks on the games. I got Auburn, I got Bama, and I got Oregon. So all the notes is in there. I could breeze through some college basketball right quick. I don't have any notes on it, but this is just be gut feelings. And what I like, I definitely like San Diego State. Like this one of those games, like I'm telling you, like if you was to tease the Bucks down and tease the Lakers down, and then you can get on the other side and tease the Suns up. Say if the Lakers, win by like maybe 9 or 10 on the dot, you have it. But you can just play with it. But San Diego State should get the job done, but it's a 12.5 point spread, so you can't really do anything with it. But what you can do is tease it down 7 points, and they should get the job done by like 5 or 6. So that could be a 1 point a good. This is a good game to bet. Money line or teaser, because I believe San Diego State will beat Fresno State. Period. Wichita, East Carolina. East Carolina not bad. Could be upset, but I doubt it. Wichita should get the job done. No value there, so no explanation. Let's see, South Dakota Cathedral. They score a lot of points. I figured that was going to be 168. See, I just look at the teams, and I know, like, I was wrong yesterday on the I went 1-1. I told y'all don't worry about the let's go back and review that right quick. I forgot to review college basketball from yesterday. I went 1-1 because I said first initial thought was to take the over in the Georgetown and Providence, but then once I think that FS1 equals 100 FS1 equals 30, and 113 is the 30th prime. So I figured if Georgetown won, they would have been 11-3. So once I synced the FS1 riddle, this game was on FS1. I said, don't play the over, take Georgetown. Well, I was wrong on that, but I also was right on this one because I told y'all Butler would beat St. John's and go make St. John's 11-3. See how they're 11-3? 113 is the 30th prime, and they played on FS1, which is 30. So I knew, like I said in my decode, if you go back, I said worst case scenario, I go 1-1, but I gotta ride the FSS riddle. Just had to ride that, and I told y'all Butler a good team. It was the 31st yesterday, so they was the better team to play if you was listening to the notes. Sometimes you just gotta listen, like Zach said. You can't bet everything I say, and that's how I used to do. Everything Zach used to say, I didn't bet everything. I didn't bet every day. Some things he used to say used to just line up so perfect so I couldn't neglect it. But yesterday was the 31st. They got the 13th win. That's a reflection. 31st is the 11th prime, and they did 11th ranked team in the nation. So if it was me, I would have picked Butler way before. Only reason why I didn't even have a lean on Georgetown and Providence. I just picked that because of the 11-3 thing. My lean was the over. But like I said, the only reason I had to play the 11-3 when I found out the FS1. I knew worst case scenario I would go 1-1. But like I said, if you was smart, you would have just played Butler and didn't even worry about, the other game. And that was like a 4-point spread. So 1-1 college basketball yesterday. Day before I went 2-0 with North Carolina and LT. So that's that. Like I said, I would lean over here. I'll tease it up. I'll leave over. Like they score a lot of points. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these teams had 100 points. Or it's like 90-something, 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 80-something off the dribble. So I would lean that. That's just a lean, just basically talking shit, trying to show y'all how I think and my philosophy. I got the gematria and the notes and the real deal pickings, like NBA and hockey. And but this is just like extra bonus right quick. I'm about to get off and wrap it up. Just trying to share my knowledge with y'all and show y'all how wise that I am with sports all around. Wofford, not bad. I don't like that 8.5. Might think about UConn tonight. Underdog. They +3. I like UConn to beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati fell off. They didn't probably fall off. They probably bounce back next year, but they nothing like how Cincinnati normally undefeated or only have like 1 loss or 2 loss around this time. They're not a dominant team this year. UConn, they're not dominant either, but they got a pretty good school. And for the line to just be 3, this telling me anybody can win this game. I didn't do any gematria or nothing, but I would lean UConn here. Mercer not any good this year. Mercer is a basketball school, but they haven't shown me anything. They haven't beat the Fordhams, and they haven't beat the teams that they supposed to beat. And the teams that they supposed to beat, they barely beat them. So Mercer normally beat a lot of teams, but not digging it here. UNC Greenville still get the job done. Can't do nothing with the 14, but like I wouldn't even recommend teasing on this because it's like a division game, and this can go tricky. So with a point spread this high, even if you tease it down 7, you still got to win by like 8. I don't recommend that, or I don't recommend the money line. Wyoming, they beat Georgia State. That was another football pick that I gave y'all yesterday. I said Wyoming would beat Georgia State, but I don't play them. I told y'all, and Miami crushed Georgia State. Georgia State shouldn't even been at the bowl game. That was once in a lifetime. They just had a good year this year. They normally at the bottom of the bottom every single year for the last 5-6 years I observed. So that was that. Can't pick that. I like Marquette. They score points too, so this is another potential over. I like Marquette. Lean Marquette, I would say. I like that the young kid. He shoots, man. I know y'all know what I'm talking about with the little hair. He scored a lot of points. He scores 40 and 50 points in games. So I would lean Marquette there. San Jose, New Mexico. That's nothing. I don't know too much about the Mountain West. They got a good record. I believe New Mexico will get the job done just by looking at the records, but sometimes that'll kill you. San Jose State, not really nothing though. Nevada, they still alright. They still right there. I believe they'll get the job done tonight. They fell off though from last year. They was a pretty good team. Went to the tournament, made a little noise. They have lost some players, so I wouldn't recommend that game either. UNLV is no good. I like Utah State to win. UNLV, y'all know I be in Las Vegas a lot. They still haven't turned it around yet. I like Utah State to get the job done. -7. This game is in Las Vegas, Thomas Mack Center. This is a game you might can tease it with the 7. All they got to do is win. Boom. So you take this game maybe with the Bucks, tease it with the Lakers, maybe tease it. That's a 3-team teaser. You get your value right there. But other than that, that's it for today. I guess I'll let y'all go. And well, let's just do a review for the NBA. So, Magic Wizards, no pick. I lean Magic. Knicks, Blazers, they playing on NBA TV. They can't stay on that 14, but then again, Knicks play Suns next, so they can either pick up the 10 here or the 10 when they play the Suns. Bucks, Timberwolves, lean Bucks, but the point spread too high, so I probably will recommend teasing it down or just not playing it at all. Today is not really a lot of games in the NBA, so can't really do anything. Lakers like the Lakers tonight. Suns play Knicks next. Knicks equals 41 to 13th prime. They can stay on 13 wins. So, liking that. Hockey, I like the Dallas Stars tonight to beat the Predators. Nashville Predators, are they playing them? Nashville Predators is 83 to 23rd prime. Dallas can pick up the 23rd win today against the right team. So I will lean that way. I know I didn't have this as a pick, but I just had discovered that when I did my decode. So hopefully y'all get in on the Dallas Stars. But other than that, that's it. Look at college football right quick. Once again, I had Bama, Auburn, and Oregon, and I stay away from that Baylor game. So that's that. And shoot for a live stream tomorrow, probably be around the same time. And I guess I'll see you again. I appreciate it.